Hello everybody, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today is Friday again, thank goodness, and it's time for another Friday Reads. So this week, I feel like I'm in a little bit of a reading funk right now, and I think it's because I read such a heavy book last week, or this past week. I read a book called The Solace of Water, and although I really loved it, it was a really powerful book dealing with racism in the 1950s, dealing with segregation, dealing with two main characters that had a lot of pain in their lives. And this was kind of apart from the racism. Like, this was just the racism and the segregation were the backdrop. And it was just, although I really enjoyed it, I gave it 4 stars. And I think it really is a good, important book that deals with important subjects. I I think it put me into a little bit of a funk because it was so heavy. It was the only book that I finished this past week. I started to read The Mad Ship by Robin Hobb, but Robin Hobb's books tend to take me a few weeks to get through because I need to take it in small chunks, so I knew I wouldn't be finishing that. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to be reading this weekend. So I just picked out a few books, and most of them are very light, because I think that's what I need in order to rejuvenate myself, in order to get back into my, I don't know what I want to say, just in order to not feel this like heaviness and this funk that I've been feeling these past few days. So I hope I'm not getting into sort of a reading slump or anything, but I don't think so. I think if I read something light and fun and fluffy, that it will disappear. Or at least that's what's worked for me in the past. So yeah, let me just show you a few things. So the first book that I'm going to be showing you isn't a light and fluffy read. The channel Books and Things is doing a year-long readathon of the Charles Dickens classic Bleak House, and she's actually doing it in a very interesting way. She's reading the book over the course of like a year, and she's reading it in the order in which it was serialized, because this book, as a lot of Dickens books, were serialized. They were each month he would publish a few chapters in like popular magazines and things of the day, and you would have to buy the magazine each month to see what happens next in the story. So that's what she's doing for this book, and I thought that would be fun. I haven't read this book since I was about like a teenager, so I think it will be a lot of fun. And in the month of April, we only have to read 4 chapters, so I think I can get that done, and I thought maybe I'd give it a shot this weekend. And I will link her channel down below in case you want to get started. She started in the month of March, but because it's only 4 chapters a month, you really don't have to read much to catch up. The next book that I picked out is one of those light and fluffy reads that I thought maybe I was in the mood for, and that is From Notting Hill to New York, Actually. This is a series of 4 books. I read the first 2, From Notting Hill with Love, Actually, and then the second book was Breakfast at Darcy's. And this is just a romantic comedy series paying homage to all of the classic, romantic comedy movies and books. And, obviously Notting Hill is a famous romantic comedy from the 1990s. Love Actually was a famous romantic comedy that was made in like the early 2000s. So yes, I absolutely loved the first 2 books, and I've had this book for a while. I just haven't continued on. So I think that this will be very fast and light and fluffy. The next book that I picked out is also a light and fluffy book, and it's one of my YA books that I've had on my shelf for a while, and that is Cruel by Jennifer Albin. Cruel is a book about magic. I think the main character has the ability to weave time. So I think it has to do with time travel, although I'm not sure. It is a fantasy. Um, I think it's one of those books where the government sort of controls everything, what you eat, how you live, and they rebel. So I have to see what this one is about. I've had it on my shelf for a while, and hopefully I really like it. And it should be a quick read as well. None of these books are very big, and I chose them because of that also. It says Deadly Secrets, Tangled Lies, Woven Truths. Um, and this is a duology. I have the second book as well, so if I really like it, continue on. So the only other book that I'll be reading this week and continuing on with is Mad Ship. Like I said, I love Robin Hobb's books, but usually they take me a while. So I cannot wait to continue on with that. I only read really the first couple of chapters of it. So that is all I have for you. That is my Friday reads. I know it was very quick, but like I said, I really don't know what I'm in the mood for except for light and fluffy. So hopefully these books fit that bill. And yeah, you'll be seeing Bleak House in my Friday reads quite often, I think, since we're reading it over the course of a year, and as well as Mad Ship. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you all have some good plans. I can't wait to see all of your videos. And yeah, so if you so choose, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.